Hello everybody, my name is William Murray, and a couple of months ago I decided I would run for Congress in Pennsylvania's 17th Congressional District. As of a couple of weeks ago, I have since decided to drop out of the race, mainly because I couldn't get the signatures collected for getting on the Democratic primary ballot, and once you're not on the primary ticket anymore, you get a little bit excommunicated from the Democratic Party and every other interest group wanting to interview potential candidates for the race. Now that said, while I am filing out of my position to run for office, I am still getting mail from concerned voters about what their concerns are, and different advertisers are contacting me for campaign services. I wanted to demystify the process of running for office, and part of this includes showing you what kind of mail you can expect to get when you run for office. So let's begin. So your favorite part of mail is when you raise money, you get checks in the mail. This check is from Act Blue, and if you raise money through Act Blue, they will send you money, I believe it's once a week, with a 2-week delay from when the money was collected. So if you collect $1,000 at the end of April, it'll take until the second week of April before you receive your money. And they take about a 3% cover charge for the processing fees for your credit processor. But besides that, it's money you can use in your campaign for whatever legally approved purpose it is. And in my case, I bought things like press releases, print copies, because printed papers cost a lot of money. And I also bought door hangers, which are these little things you can hang on people's front doors. They're really popular in suburbs. In apartment buildings, they're kind of difficult to access if the apartments are gated, as they should be for security purposes. I will tell you, I love apartments. They're just so easy to go door to door and knock on people and talk with them. Suburbs, it's a lot of walking. You hit so many fewer people per hour in the suburbs. But anyway, going back to the mail. The second thing you get are surveys for candidates. And what they want to know are, what are your stances on specific issues? So this specific one is from the Campaign for Liberty, and they've attached a return envelope here, and then they have a letter that says what the survey is, and then they have the survey itself. I will no longer be answering survey questions since I'm no longer running for office, at least in this election season. Just to give you a couple of questions from this Campaign for Liberty group. Will you co-sponsor and support efforts for roll call votes on the Federal Reserve Transparency Act, designed to bring accountability to the Federal Reserve? Will you oppose all tax and fee increases and vote for tax cuts? So some questions like that are often code words for will you slash social programs and scientific research for the sake of maintaining a fiscal budget, because that is the preferred alternative in American politics rather than slashing the military budget, which gets the lion's share of all of our tax revenue. I could go on and on about the different questions on the survey, but different groups have different interests. And one of them that I filled out recently was from a pro-life group that wanted to know if I would support banning abortions by law. I believe abortion is a necessary process for women in distress that have a child they cannot bear, whether it's medically, financially, economically, but more importantly, that is a decision between the woman and their doctor, not something for the government to get involved with. And in response, I've got 34 these little postcards right here, probably from that group. I want you to keep in mind, so 34 postcards, and then it's 58 cents a stamp. So there's somewhere around 15 to 20 bucks worth of money in here that people sent specifically to message me to know what their concern is. And while I disagree with their opinion, I will respect that they invested money and put the signature here to let me know what their opinion is. And just to let you know what they're complaining about, because this is in all of their postcards. Dear candidate, more than 63 million innocent and defenseless unborn babies have been legally killed by abortion since 1973. All elected officials have a solemn responsibility to defend the sanctity of life and protect the unborn. That's why I urge you to pledge 100% support for the sanctity of life on the candidate survey you recently received from the National ProLife Alliance. Signed, your concerned citizen's name here. Won't get too much into the politics of abortion, but I want you to know that having these things fill your inbox is a way to reach out to your preferred candidate and let them know what you're concerned about, even if it's just spam or just copy-pasted postcards like this. This gets you more attention because it's physical paid investment versus spam email. I haven't gotten a lot of emails asking me for different stances, but I will tell you this does get my attention because look at how thick this is. This is like a whole centimeter of paper. 15, 20 bucks worth of investment right here. And with that, that's about what you can expect with campaign mail. You get surveys, you get checks, you get concerned citizens writing to you. You also get advertisements from different groups offering campaign services. I've gotten advertisements on, hey, we will help you fundraise. Hey, we have maps of the registered voters in your district and who you should be where you should be canvassing to focus your efforts. It really varies depending on what you're doing, and I know this sounds weird because you're looking at me as I'm in a video game affiliated hoodie, wondering why am I getting all this attention? You get this attention because you are a candidate for office. You could be absolutely crazy, or you could be the best qualified candidate ever. Either way, you get the same level of attention because you went through the process of filing to run for office. And that alone gets you attention and news press, advertisements, all of that. I will also say you're often seen as a piggy bank, so you raise money. That's what a politician does. You raise money from donors. And people recognize you have a ton of money and they just want to take it. I personally wanted to keep the money inside of my district because it looks good for your local economy to spend money locally. But a lot of these consulting groups that are sending you advertisements are coming out of Washington, D.C., where all the political money goes. Anyway, that's all for today. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have a great day. Consider running for office.